Welcome to the Neppallv Show. I'm your host, Neppallv. If you care about games, not just as entertainment, but as an industry we're all part of, then this is a conversation we need to have. Before we get into it, please consider liking the video and subscribing. I got more content like this coming, and your support really helps keep it going. Now, due to my indecisiveness, I ended up watching several prominent creators' coverages of the Nintendo Direct and combined their insights to craft a more comprehensive point. I didn't plan on making another video about the Switch 2, but as details kept rolling out, it became impossible to stay quiet. There's a point where hype turns into concern, and concern turns into something worse. Right now, I feel like I have a moral obligation to speak on what's happening, because this is no longer about just one console. It's about the future of gaming, and whether we're going to accept the direction it's headed. Let's be real, on the surface, the Switch 2 is a sleek piece of tech. We're talking a 7-inch 1080p HDR screen, buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate, dual USB-C ports, upgraded Joy-Cons with built-in mouse support, 256GB of storage, and DLSS-powered 4K when docked. Even Asmongold, who doesn't exactly hand out praise freely, gave props to the specs. Nintendo clearly went all in, showcasing the bells and whistles, noise-canceling mic, 3D audio, a sturdier stand for tabletop play. But here's the thing. All that polish feels like a smokescreen. Because the problem isn't what's under the hood. It's how they're planning to charge us to use it. Let's start with the pricing. The base console is $449.99. That's a steep hike over the original, but it gets worse. The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe bundle is $499.99. And that basically means the game is being valued at $80. YouTuber RGT85 pointed that out right away, calling it excessive for a game that's been recycled for years and rarely goes on sale. Luke Stevens added that this kind of price might be tolerable for hardcore fans, but it could alienate more casual or price-sensitive gamers, which Nintendo has historically thrived on. And that's just Mario Kart. We now know the standard pricing for AAA games is $80 digitally, $90 physically. Even a new Donkey Kong remaster is coming at $70. These aren't collector's editions or special bundles. They are just games. And yet they cost more than they ever have. Not because they're better, but because Nintendo knows the fan base is loyal enough to pay up. And what are we paying for, really? Many physical games won't actually include the full game on the cartridge anymore. Penguin Zero called them out. He said, "These $90 boxes don't even have the game, just a download code." End quote. And Mutahar from SomeOrdinaryGamers echoed the same concern. These aren't cartridges anymore. They're license keys. It's fake ownership. Luke Stevens confirmed that. Even the new key cards Nintendo is using will only authorize a download from the eShop, and then still need to be inserted to play. This is bad for consumers, and even worse for preservation. And FritangaPlays, I hope I'm not butchering that, FritangaPlays said this could be the killer blow for physical media. If this model becomes the norm, we might not have physical consoles, games, at all in the next generation. But it doesn't stop there. Nintendo is re-releasing existing games, like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Kirby, and Tears of the Kingdom, with some upgrades for the Switch 2. That might sound great, until you learn that those upgrades are locked behind paid upgrade packs. Visual improvements and frame rate boosts will cost you extra, even if you already own the original games. Mutahar pointed out that Microsoft did this for free with Smart Delivery. Nintendo, on the other hand, is making you pay again. Why? Because they can. Even basic features are being monetized. The Welcome Tour app, which is basically a glorified tech demo tutorial, costs money. And the new C button on the Joy-Con, which enables voice chat, will stop working unless you subscribe to Nintendo Online after March. YouTuber BeatEmUps was visibly frustrated, rightfully so, in his video about this. It's a physical button on hardware you already paid for. And unless you keep paying, it just stops working. Nintendo isn't even hiding how deeply integrated their subscription model is now. Luke Stevens noticed it during the presentation. Online services were emphasized everywhere. There's now a Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack featuring GameCube games like Wind Waker, Paper Mario, Pikmin 2, and more. That sounds awesome, right? Until you realize all of it is locked behind yet another paywall. There's even a new GameCube controller being released to sell the nostalgia even harder. And yes, the game lineup is strong. You got Mario Kart, Super Mario Party, Jamboree, a new multiplayer From Software exclusive, directed by Miyazaki, Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon Legends, Arceus, I think that's how you say it. Please correct me in the comments. And a ton of third-party hits like Hades 2, Hogwarts Legacy, and even Skate 4. When I saw Asmongold's video, he was impressed by the variety, especially titles like Dragon Drive, which show off the new Joy-Con mouse controls. But again, the question has to be asked, at what cost? What are we normalizing by buying into all of this? Listen, this isn't just a Switch 2 issue. It's an industry-wide trend. YouTuber AngryJoe makes it crystal clear. Don't reward this. Don't just buy the hype. Wait. Look at alternatives like the Steam Deck. Think before you spend. And Mutahar said it best. At this point, PC or Steam Deck might make more sense. At least you own your games there. At least you're not paying for controller buttons to work. So I'll ask you straight up. Are we okay with this? With $90 physical copies that aren't physical? With paid performance upgrades? With a controller feature being turned off unless you pay a monthly fee? Are we really okay with this? Or is this finally a moment we push back? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. Are you all in on the Switch 2? Or are you waiting it out? Are you hyped? Or frustrated? Hopeful? Or just tired? Because I'm all of those things at once. This is the Neppallv Show. I'm Neppallv, and I'll see you in the next one.